What's up, Fit Fam? It's your boy Derek, aka D-Rex, aka D-Money, aka Double D, aka pre-diabetic,
diabetes,
aka slightly depressed.
Hello, darkness.
I've got a lot of awesome ideas in mind, but I wanted to kick things off with 2019 talking about my top 10 pain points of being overweight. Some of the things that I deal with because of my size, who I am physically. Some of them you're going to be able to relate to, some of them maybe you haven't had to deal with, but I'm going to try and make it fun, recount a little bit of a story. I'm going to make it a two-parter, so this will be 10 through 5, and then we'll do the top 5 next video, so make sure you tune into that. Also, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, follow me on Instagram. I take a lot of pictures, do a lot of my storytelling on there as well. I'll definitely follow you back, but it would mean a lot. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys want to be a part of this journey and you want to show some support. Hit subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Let's jump into it. Number 10, hands down, has to be my belly, my fupa. And I actually have a double fupa. One, obviously, Guadafupe Hidalgo. Number 2, Fuptio Double G. But I have like a belly, and then might seem a little inappropriate or maybe TMI, but there's like the hang down belly, my fupa, and then in my crotch area, I've got a fupa's fupa. And that's Fuptio Double G. He's OG, been there for a hot minute. Think of it as like a permanent fanny pack, only you can't put stuff in it and it's just embarrassing and you hate that it's there. The worst thing about having a fupa and such a big belly, and this is number 10 for me, is my spatial awareness has to be on a next level. But hands down, the biggest pain point that I have is when I go to a restaurant with friends and they're like, table or booth? And I'm like, I have to get to table first. Because in the back of my head, and whenever I go out with my friends, there's that little bit of anxiety. It's like, oh man. So always table. But I've gotten put in booth a couple times. And as a result, this actually happened once. When you're a big dude and your fupa hangs low, your belly hangs down over everything else. I was sliding into a chair and I got Dikembe Mutombo, just like,
not in my house.
I'm trying to squeak in and it actually, my belly skin rubbed against the thing and it made this awkward like sound. So I was like, not only was it embarrassing to not fit into the booth, it was accompanied with this like massive fart sound. So yeah, that was a good time. Number 9. Hands down, how much I have to pay for clothes. It's become known as the fat tax, and that's not my argument here at all. I get that it takes more material to make clothes, and I could shop at cheaper places, but I go to a store called DXL because they have an XLT version that actually helps cover my fupa. Plus, I'm a tall dude. I'm like 6'4" on top of that, so it's like, I was one of the kids, I was always tugging on my shirts to try and hide my belly. They make a 5XLT that I really like, and as a result, I shop there. But to get like a nice, like this shirt right here, this V-neck was in a pack of 3. It was $45. This is just a black cotton V-neck.
Rip off!
$45 for 3 shirts. Just undershirts, even. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So I used to shop at Walmart and they had a husky section for us portly little boys. I used to have to shop in and it would say right across the top, you could see it on the displays. It would say for those sizes, $3 more and $5 more. And I always thought from a young age, I'm like, man, that's not fair. But I've been dealing with it since I can remember shopping for my own clothes. 7, 8, 9 years old. Has always been more. Again, I get it. It takes more fabric, but it's still something I've dealt with since childhood to now. Number 8, the Ocho, and I'm sure this is one you guys can all relate with. Amusement park rides. It's the worst. And so this one, as much as I'd like to tell a joke, this one's just kind of a bummer. I've never been able to go to an amusement park and enjoy rides with my family. And it never fails. It never fails. We go as a family, and there's always that one guy that is like holding on to hope, like, no, we'll get you in there. We'll get you in there. And then I go, and like it starts to build up some of my hope, and I'm like, maybe I can get on this one. And maybe he's seen some other big dudes get on here, and I'm good to go. And then he's like, well, it's got a latch. And there's that one, click that I live for, and I've never had it. Just that one, after it comes down, the shoulders come over, and you got to hear that clack to know that it's in place. And I've never had that. I've never had the satisfaction of amusement ride clack, and it hurts my heart. Number 7, I've actually never been on an airplane, ever. I made it to 33 years old. And it's not that I have a fear of flying or that flying wouldn't have been a better option, but I'm a big dude. You know, I wear a 5XL t-shirt and a size 60 pants. Like I know I've heard other stories online. I've seen other people that have dealt with it. I'm sure it's like I would be the person that's considerate. So I'd have to buy 2 tickets so I could get 2 seats to be comfortable. And when you get into that, it not only is it not cheaper, but it's just, I would feel ridiculous. There's that constant knowing of like, I had to buy 2 seats to fly somewhere. So rather than have that anxiety and have to deal with that, I'd much rather drive. Like everywhere I've been, I've driven to Florida, I've driven to Ohio, and it's just, I don't know, there's just that, I'm sure I'll do it someday, but it's just, as a result of my size, again, even as a little boy, I had opportunities where I could have flown, and I chose not to as a result of my size. Number 6 is probably more mental than physical. I mean, it's ultimately a result of my size and being heavy and being out of shape, not having the capacity to go and do outdoorsy stuff. But number 6 is having to tell my friends no. When we lived in Arizona, I had a lot of friends that did fun outdoorsy stuff, hiking, cycling, go up to northern Arizona, go snowboarding, do stuff like that. And I always opt out. And it bums me out. I love being outdoors. I actually love swimming. I love being out and being recreational and doing that stuff. But I always opt out because, one, I'm the fear of just being embarrassed because you're going to be exhausted by the time you reach whatever feat or summit it is that you're trying to do. And 2, I hate the idea that my friends would have to make accommodations for me. And it's not to say that I have mean friends. They're crazy supportive. They'd be more than willing. But I just hate to put anybody out because of my size. So yeah, number 6 for sure. How many times I have to say no to going and doing fun outdoorsy stuff. There it is, the first 5. Make sure you tune in for the next 5 so I can complete the top 10 reasons being overweight sucks. Some of the things I struggle with. Thank you again for tuning in. It really means a lot. Got a lot of cool stuff planned for this year. Again, hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends. We'll see you in the next one. Deuces. So much stronger.